And with the 25th pick in the 2023 NHL Draft, the St. Louis Blues have added center Otto Stenberg from Sweden. Gil Martin here alongside our prospects expert, Hadi Kalakeche. And Hadi, how do you like this selection for the Blues at 25?
That's not bad value at 25. I had him at 24th, so that puts him right in this wheelhouse. A pretty safe pick for St. Louis. Another guy who's pretty close to NHL caliber. But in terms of upside, I do have some questions. I still think he's got the upside to become a middle six, potentially low end second line player. Brings a lot of pace to his game. The skill set's decent, nothing overwhelming, but pretty good. Decent in his own zone and going back. But again, nothing special there either. But just the well-roundedness and maturity in his game is pretty interesting. He was one of the best players for Sweden at the World Juniors, at the U18s. So great value there in terms of what you're getting in terms of a prospect. He will need probably a year or two before making his way over, but in terms of the value that the Blues are getting here, it's a player who can do a bit of everything, really. He can defend decently, he can make plays, he can shoot, stick handle, carry the puck. So, he's likely going to be a center at the next level just due to that skating ability and the maturity in his game in terms of helping his defensemen out of their zone. He likes to swoop low and collect the puck off his defenseman and carry it up the ice. So I like this profile of player. He's a safe pick and one that I kind of expected the Blues to be making at this range.
You talk about his maturity. How far away is he from being NHL ready, in your opinion?
I'd say a year or two. Probably going to play the next year in the SHL full time. Maybe we'll need a year more just to adapt to the men's game because he played a lot of his time this year in the junior league. But after a couple years, I'd be very surprised not to see him at least be in the AHL as a top 6 player and then eventually working his way up. Like I said, very mature game for his age, and lots of individual tools that make you kind of look at his game and wonder how much more he can add. But it was really a tale of two seasons for Stenberg. His tape in the Junior 20 League in Sweden is much, much poorer than the tape I saw from him in the SHL. The effort level was brought up. The defensive game was brought up in the SHL. It just really showed off his maturity rather than trying to score as many points as possible. So it's kind of like I was watching two different players based on the league he was playing in. But I feel like the international level really kind of showed us a middle ground between those two. The type of player who's able to chip in defensively, but also willing to take risks offensively. So yeah, just the profile of his really kind of translates well to the NHL. And I think it'll take him a couple years only just to get to North America and start working his way up to an NHL lineup.
All right. Well, for more on this selection and all of the Blues' other moves around the draft and free agency, tune in to Locked On Blues for free on your favorite podcast app and on YouTube. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.